This is a video about how to remove this boot latch from a Honda Mark 8. I think it's a Mark 8. The registration's 2008. It's a Honda Civic. There you go. That's the car. Civic. When I was closing the boot, it wasn't locking properly, so I bought a new one of these, fitted it, only to discover it still wasn't locking. And I never thought to look at this, but I know there's a bolt missing now. I've just taken it out, but they were both loose, really loose, and the nut has dropped off inside the car somewhere, so that's why that's gone. This one, thankfully, the nut was still on the bolt. I've tightened it up, so now it locks again. But I thought I'd make this video anyway, just to show you what things look like. So you can see, I'll just lean back into the boot now and close it a bit. So you've got all that. Don't know if this is helping. Wasn't too hard to get the bits off. There they are. Tools that are quite handy are this. Let me just put it back in there. It's a Nielsen. Take a minute. Nielsen 5-piece trim moulding tool set. They're all plastic. They're good for prizing bits off. Especially, where have they gone? My little favourites. These two. Because these white, I don't know what they're called, these white things that you use to clip the plastic trim to the metal of the car, they keep getting stuck. I had to prise a load out from, like these holes for example, had all some of the white plastic things in, and you push that underneath. You need a combination of that probably with a screwdriver as well, and you can pop them out. But it's obvious where that piece goes. I've noticed there's a left and right symbol on these things. These bits must go kind of, where would it be? That's going to be right tricky. I think these curved pieces here were quite tricky to get out. They were kind of slotted in. Where would it be? They were slotted into this piece. I'll pause the video and see if it helps fitting it in reverse. I'm going to start with this big piece, I think. Yeah, I'm going to start with the big piece. Then these two side pieces, and then go and work my way up towards the top of the boot here. So I'll be starting at this end, putting the big back piece on. Yeah, I'll be putting the big back piece on that covers that, and some of the side angle pieces. Yeah, that go up here, and then work my way around. It's obvious where this bit here, this bit, that bit goes there. The only bit I'm not sure where it goes is this bit. I should have labelled them. Anyway, just pause the video. Oh, actually, just with regards to getting this thing out, all you do is unscrew those two bolts there, and it just comes completely loose, drops out, and there's two wires to take out. There's one there, you just grab it, pull it out, and there's another black one further in that kind of lifts off. I think this grey one here needs more of a kind of a pin, that you have to pinch the sides in to pull it off, whereas the other one you just yanks off. So here it is, part on. the big back piece. Yeah, here it is. So I'm going to start batting it on now. But I don't know whether you can see. Try and angle it. The pieces that go on above slot into this hole here. It's a kind of vertical. Oh, you've got a funny way of having to wiggle it out. Maybe it'll be easier to show you. Sorry, it's all funny angles this. Right, so now got it on as well as it's going to go. I think this was broken when this snapped when I got the car. It's still a bit flappy here, but I've shut the boot and it locks, so it never seemed to go back on the same. And I think it stays a bit gappy. Nah, that's never right, that. It's too big a gap, but I can't get it to clip back. This piece here, I don't know whether you can see it, this piece here now, and then you can see it slides in behind it. So when you're trying to lift it out, you've got the complication of all these fiddly bits, because there's slots in behind these, behind here. There's I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see these latches there and there. They slot into there and there. So you can, I think you've got to lift it up. You've got to pull it out. You've got to lift it. What would it be? You've got to kind of. It's attached here. I think you've got to push it down to the this part of the boot where it joins the car. I'm not even sure whether I had to even push the try and push the catches down a bit. Anyway, I'll try and get that bit back on. I've taken it back off because I decided it's easier to fit 3 pieces at once. So I put one of the side pieces on there, put the next side piece onto here, but I guess it gives you a better illustration of what it's like when you're trying to prise it apart from the back, what you're dealing with. So there you go. There's a latch there. There's one here. One there. And there. Where's my finger? There. There. And there. And it slots into. God, doing everything in reverse. There's a slot here, here and here. And that's what it looks like. Right, and so that is now back on. The right fiddle, trying to get those side pieces on. But I recommend at the moment, as it stands, that when you're putting it back, you put that bit together first. Right, that was a mixed success doing it in one piece. That side went on reasonably well, but in the end this side just kept coming to bits again. It kept coming out of the slots, so both pieces were kind of parting, but I had given up, so I just smashed the big one in. No, I think that's it. I hit that one in on its own and smashed this one in, and it all went into the slots, and it all seems to be matching up. But it's just something to consider, trying to do it all in one piece. I still think that might be the way to go. Just spotted some more clips. Right, so this piece here it on the floor. That piece there looks like that, and it goes, where's it going? Here. It's going there, which, let's shut the boot a minute, which is, I guess it's just on the other side of the rear boot spoiler. Yeah, there's the... Where is it? Yeah, it's just under the red light. The rear boot brake light. That's where it goes. But there's a clip hole here, whether you can see, there and there. So if you get stuck trying to get it out, that's where there's a little catch. Yeah, there you go. You can see the round circles are where the clips bolt into. There you go. And that's the little catch. And on each side. So let's see. No, I had it right the first time. There you go. You see where the clip. That's it. Brake light's disappeared now. There it is. Right, I'll just pause the video again. Right, so that's now on. So now all that's left is that bit there. So I can see what that is. See if there's any clips on it. Probably is, isn't there? Yeah. Clip at either end. Yeah, that must be the clip hole. And the round holes are where the white things go. Just pause the video. Right, that is it. Just another word on that. Friend said that these should be captive captive nut and bolt. I guess he means that if you take the bolt out, the nut still stays on the other side to tighten it, but it's not. And I peeled this bit of trim back, and you can't get to the underside of this. So once the nut comes off and drops off, it's hidden in here somewhere. So just keep an eye on that. I'm going to keep tightening it. I keep a screwdriver in the car. Can't afford the nut to drop off that, because I don't know how I'm going to have to cut a hole in the metal of the car, because I'm not taking the bumper off. It's not worth it, I don't think. And I don't know how. There you go. That's the end of the video. I hope it was useful. Sorry about the angles. That's it.